I would just say that that's unfortunate. I would say that in my experiences with Robert, is more than deserving, and he'll be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not in charge of deciding when that happens, and so I appreciate the relationship that I've had with him and the success as a player and now as a coach. So he's done everything that we've needed, and the support, and provided the support that we've needed as a staff and as a team. So I'm glad that he's back here and continuing to help us do things that will help the team win and ultimately allow him to be recognized.
Yeah. Paternity leave has been in the news cycle this week, with Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah taking 2 weeks to work remotely. Did that news shock you, and how do you decide when it's a good time to stop thinking about football?
Well, I don't think there's ever a time to stop thinking about football. Football's been a part of my life since I was 12 years old and started to be able to play. We do everything that we possibly can to support the people in our building, on and off the field, our coaches, and I'm really try to do everything that we can to support the men and women in our building, and that's where my focus is.
Mike, I want to ask you about Drake May, of course, a really good sophomore year, MVP candidate. What have you seen in practice that's you've seen him have that improvement in his second year in the NFL?
Well, I think it all starts with talent. I think he's extremely talented. I think he's athletic. I think he plays the position athletically, and allows him to be accurate with the football, whether that's in the pocket or extended play. So he's a competitor. He's always trying to learn. Continues to build and develop as a leader. So that his success and his performance is a large part of why we're here.
Morning, Mike.
Hey, buddy.
Just a kind of a follow-up on Drake. He said last night that he thought he turned a corner Sunday on the flight, felt really good through at practice. Just if you can update us on how he's doing and how the illness and the shoulder are coming along.
I mean, I think that he spoke for himself on how he feels. I can't determine how he feels. I know that practice yesterday was good for him and for everybody to get out there and get moving around. We appreciate everybody at Stanford for providing us the facility that we have, and so I think we got the week off to a great start.
Good morning, Coach.
Hey, how are you?
Awesome. What's the hardest adversity you've had to overcome as a coach?
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for the question. I also appreciate everybody supporting us last night and coming out last night to ask our questions, our players' questions, and get to know them a little bit better. I think probably early on, just going from a player to a coach, having an idea of what coaching was. But, I tell this to every person I interview. Nobody's going to have a worse first interview than I did. I wasn't prepared. I sat down with Urban Meyer in front of a staff, interviewed for a position, and completely bombed it and had no idea, wasn't prepared, didn't have a teaching progression. And he gave me about 8 hours to go back in my office, and didn't sleep, didn't go home to prepare for the next day at 6 in the morning. So that's probably the first adversity that I faced, was like, am I really going to do this? And I better go back and formulate my thoughts and have a teaching progression to what I was going to do. So nobody's going to have a worse first interview than I did.
Coach, you're looking to become the 5th coach that won a Super Bowl both as a player and a head coach. You would be the only one that also has a sack and a touchdown reception, but I'm just curious, are there any lessons that you think you can instill in these guys specifically from your time as a player in these games that translate also as a head coach?
I mean, I think I always try to use every experience that I've had over the course of close to 30 years in this league, whether that's as a player or a coach, to try to help the team and help individual players do their job. So, I think you have to be ready for every situation that occurs. And, the opportunities present themselves in these types of games. You only have so many opportunities to make a play. So you always have to be ready.
Coach, over here. Congratulations being here. I wanted to ask you about the storyline about the two teams that are in the Super Bowl not necessarily being the favorites at the start of the season. There's that poster where they have your two quarterbacks way back. Maybe that's symbolic. I don't know. Can you talk about...
Or either they're really far away or really close. I'm not sure which one.
So
it depends which way you look at it.
Yeah. I want to ask you, why do you think Americans or people in general like to see underdogs do well, teams that aren't expected to do something? And was there any point during the season where you had one of these coaching talks telling your team, no one expects you to do this, prove them wrong type thing?
No, we've always tried to focus on how things are going to go right and not worry about how they're going to, what could happen and go wrong. As far as America, I think I would say the majority of Americans or majority of people probably are more underdogs than they are favorites. Favorites are the talented, elite top 10%. And most groups are made out of a lot of people that are average and 80%, and we're trying to make the 80% a little bit better. Talent's talent. There's a lot of things that are God-given. We try to focus on things that we can realistically improve.
Coach, right here, right in the back. Hi, I'm Contessa Brewer from CNBC. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A lot has changed over the nation's landscape since the last time the Patriots were in their Super Bowl. And we've seen the rise of sports gambling, prediction markets, sweeps. Can you talk a little bit about the pressure that puts on the team and the staff, what they're dealing with going into the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the pressure in our business is always going to be there, whether people wager on it legally or not. And we understand the nature of this business and how competitive it is. As you can see, the turnover in coaching staffs, turnovers in rosters, the draft every year, how competitive this business is as it starts to bleed into college and the landscape that we're starting to see. So gambling has nothing to do with our willingness to work and the pressure that we're under and the expectations.
Coach, you
Hi,
brought...
Mike. As you've assessed Sam Darnold getting ready for this game, how would you describe the way he's handled pressure this year?
I think he's handled it well. I think that, again, there's a willingness to stand in the pocket and there's a willingness to progress through. A lot of talent. I think his courage to stand in there. The Rams nailed him, and he completed an unbelievable pass to Cooper on the sideline. So he didn't shy away. He didn't duck. Didn't fade back. He stood there and faced the fire, which is what you have to do in this league if you're going to be an elite quarterback.
Hey, Mike. Congrats on making the Super Bowl. This Seattle defense is top 3 in quarterback pressures.
They're top 3 in a lot of things.
Yeah. But they do actually give up the second most yards after the catch. So when you're looking at the profile of this defense, what they present, how does that shape the way that you think about attacking them on Sunday? Well,
we'll have to stay balanced. Our best games we're able to provide some semblance of run game, and we're able to kind of marry some of the play action passes. And I don't think in this league you want to turn things into a drop back passing game. That makes it really difficult. They're good up front. They play a lot of people. They're disruptive. They work well together with games. They don't give up many X plays, and I think that those numbers, whichever you're alluding to, isn't because they're not good tacklers. They're really good tacklers. It's just sometimes in the shell that they're in, some of the underneath coverage is a little bit deeper. But I think they're a very good tackling football team, and you can tell the fundamentals that they play with across the board.
Coach, to switch to your defense, you obviously brought in a lot of new people at all 3 levels in free agency. You had the coordinator switch that you did not expect early in the season. How proud are you of these guys to come together at exactly the right time? Since, as the season went along, it seemed like your defense just got better and better.
Well, they've been continued to improve. I think most of the people on our team, our coaching staff, has continued to improve. And that's what you have to do for the teams that want to be here. Talked about the ones that are playing the best football late are the ones that are usually in the playoffs, and that continues to happen. So I give them a lot of credit. defensively for what they've done, and we'll need our best effort on Sunday in order to help us win the football game.
Hey, Mike, good morning.
Hi.
It's unusual for a team to have rookies starting at left tackle and left guard. What's led to and allowed Will and Jared to have success this year?
Well, I mean, I think they're talented. I think that they've worked. I think they've tried to get better each and every week. There's some matchups in this league that are tough, and they've had some really good plays. They've had some plays that they'd like to have back, but they're out there for the most part all the time, practicing, improving, working together, and we never really looked at it as rookie players on the left side, or I don't really get into that much. We talk about maturity. Maturity is based on experience, not age, and they have a lot of experience here this entire year. They both missed a few games, but they've been in there the majority of the time.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When it comes to dynasty, I'm sure that's a talk that you've heard about. It's something that you've been a part of as well. Is that something that you embrace when it comes to your team, or you try to ignore? And also, I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, hometown of Hunter Henry. What has he meant to this team? And just can you speak to him, just who he is as a player and as a person?
Yeah, I don't know where the dynasty would come from. Maybe the teams that I was a part of in the past, you could consider that. But we're just trying to build a program. And, first year of the program, we ended up here. And we're excited about it, and we're ready to go. Or we will be ready to go. Hunter, as I've always said this, has been consistent. He's been one of the most consistent players on our football team as it relates to his daily attitude, but also his performance. You understand what you're going to get each and every day. And then when his number's called, he usually always comes through for us.
Hey, Mike, congratulations. And I wanted to ask you, when a team moves on from you as a head coach, which Tennessee did, were there any moments of any self-doubt or introspection, and do you feel a level of redemption in any way being here?
No, I'm grateful for the opportunity. Whether it's a player that gets released and then picked up by another team, or it's a coach that's, somebody moves on from or fires. I think you just are grateful for the opportunity that you have the next time, and you try to do everything that you can not to let that happen. As far as emotions go, I think there's plenty of emotion, whether that's being traded to Kansas City as a player or that's being fired as a coach. There's a lot of emotions that you go through, and sometimes that takes a little longer to get over than others. Sophie.
Hi, Mike.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Great.
I wanted to ask about Terrell Williams. There was a report that he's cancer-free before the trip. What's it like to have him here and be able to kind of celebrate such a big accomplishment this week of all weeks?
Yep. Thank you for asking about Terrell. He's doing great. He is cancer-free. He's and he was able to come in and be a part of things that we were doing late in the season based on how he was feeling. And so it was great to have him around based on his health and what he felt. Certainly great to have him out here this week. And I would say that he has a reach to all three phases in the players on our team and through our staff. So glad that he can be out here to enjoy this and also help us prepare. Thank you, guys.
Identity and true fulfillment only comes from being in Him. It means just to continue to have faith, to continue to seek Him through the Bible, reading His Word and praying, and that's what it means to abide. He says, "Abide in Him, and He will abide in us." Apart from Him, we can't do anything. but with him we will bear much fruit. And so, the man that I now am is only by his grace, and it's only, by me putting my trust and faith in him and him coming to dwell inside of my heart and transforming my life.
What's an example of an answered prayer in your life?
An example of an answered prayer is something that I've always prayed is like, Lord, push me outside of my comfort zone. And I feel like that's been an answered prayer. I've been pushed outside of my comfort zone so much this season, and it has helped me grow. It has helped me be, more outspoken, more outgoing, and I haven't always been that way. And I feel like that's important because one of the, the Great Commission is to go and make disciples of all nations. And so I want to continue to share my faith, and that takes courage, that takes boldness, that takes for one to step outside of their comfort zone and live out their faith, and to be able to share God's word and the truth in Jesus Christ.
Last question, what would you say to encourage youth and younger generations in their character and faith?
Say that again.
What is something you would say to encourage younger generations in their character and faith?
I'll say the biggest thing is just the Lord says, don't be conformed to the patterns and the customs and behaviors of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And this world can be so misleading. The world can be so deceiving. And to keep it simple is just like put your faith in Jesus and follow Jesus. God will never lead us the wrong way. He will always lead us the right way. And Jesus will lead us to eternal life, and he can transform our life. And so that's what I'll encourage the youth.
What did you see from Ramondre when you first met him? He's dealing with the passing of his father, and obviously you guys have gotten close. How have you seen him through the course of the year deal with that?
I know it has been tough, man. It's been really tough for Ramondre, but I feel like he's done a good job of just like trying to cope with it. And I know he probably go through some things outside of facility as well, dealing with that. But just seeing him come to practice each and every day and just try to press on and be the best that he can be to help this team win games, I feel like he's done a good job of that.
On social media that's been going around, you and Drake were at an In-N-Out, it looked like. Can you talk a little bit about your In-N-Out burger experience and how that was just being in California?
Yeah, I've had In-N-Out probably like less than 5 times in my life. In-N-Out good. Every time I come out to Cali, I got to make sure I go there. What makes it even better is they got the little Bible verse at the bottom.
His experiences and what he's been through, and giving us insight and wisdom on what to expect, especially out this week.
And Coach Vrabel, and we have each other, so that's all we need.
Can you talk about brothers who have played in the NFL?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Pops also. I know. I've been here a long time. How crazy was that competitiveness growing up?
It was a lot of fun. We helped each other grow. Iron sharpens iron, and luckily I have some best friends and brothers who do play with me. So.
One more real quick. Who do you think is the more athletic family? Yours, the Gronkowskis, or Mays?
There's Drake's brother. Do they play?
Played at UNC.
Okay.
One of his college baseball.
It's been good to see him do his thing for sure.
Finds a great safety tandem like the two of you.
I feel like just that chemistry and communication, man. Playing off each other, feeding off one another. That chemistry is really important. And the communication and knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses, and playing off that. So I think. Go ahead. We got that lady. Go ahead.
What role has your faith in Christ played for you this season?
Major role, man. That's been the most important role out of anything. I feel like that's what really, helped me get to where I'm at today, helped the team, all of us, man. I feel like that's a big deal, by keeping him first, is what led us to here. So, yeah.
That has really encouraged you through your faith?
Mitch. Shout out Mitch, man, our team chaplain. We do Bible study every week, man. He's been helping me grow a lot of my faith. He's been helping me out a lot.
Thank you.
You guys to be a good defense when it comes to defending play action passes this year.
I feel like just, the anticipation and the execution, just being disciplined. I feel like that's the biggest thing when it comes to play action. You got to be disciplined on your keys. You can't bite on the fake. You can't overplay the run, stuff like that. I think that's what's helped us out. For sure. Okay.
What's made them so good with their play action passes?
I mean, they're just efficient, man. Obviously, they got a good run game. Hell of a run game. The run opened up the pass. So, when those two things coexist, man, you could do anything. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they do a good job of that. They're real balanced, and they execute at a high level. For sure.
Jalen, you played college ball in California. You're back in California.
Man.
What has California meant to you as a person?
Man, California is everything. California, my heart, man. It's home. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like it. Up in Berkeley, NorCal, it's like NorCal and SoCal, kind of like two separate states, but they're still in the state of California. And this is like my second home, being out here. Spending time, going to Cal. It's been amazing, and it's surreal being back here.
Part of California as a whole.
The beach, just everything about California. The wind, the breeze, scenery, I love everything. I'm a big California fan, so you can ask me anything about California, and I love it.
Played 3 top 5 defenses, but you guys have been playing very good defense these last few weeks. What's impressed you the most about what your defense has been able to do?
Oh man, just bending and not breaking, man, and just doing what we do, man. I feel like we're all on the same page, man. We all have one goal. We're all trying to execute that goal, and we all play off each other. I think that's the biggest thing, from the core to the back end. We're all in sync.
Guys on each of the teams that you played, pass rushers, pro bowlers, all pros, guys like that. Do you feel like you guys get overlooked a little bit because it's more of a collective unit type of game?
I mean, for sure. I mean, I said this yesterday. There's always going to be narratives about a lot of things about the other teams and stuff like that. I think we just really not focused on that, and we just focus on doing what we do, man. And I mean, it just shows. Oh, tremendously, man. Milton could change the game at any moment, man. The dude's a baller. Glad he's back for sure. Hold on, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Say that one more time.
In the QB room? Orange juice?
Orange juice? Nah. Oh, for real? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Relationship with Coach Smith, Mike Smith? Smitty? Coach Smith, Mike Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your relationship like with him?
I mean, Smitty's cool, man. Good dude. I feel like we talk, you know what I'm saying, whenever I'm passing, whenever we can talk. Obviously we're in 2 different rooms. But, whenever I can holler at him and get a conversation out of him, man, he's a great dude, man. Good coach, man. Always makes me laugh. We'll throw a joke in there here. You know what I'm saying, there too, keeps us loose, you know what I'm saying, but also a good coach for real. Thank you. Ella Perea Soya, si eso he playa, debí tirar más fotos. Panama.
Coach Vrabel's won 3 Super Bowls. How is his experience as a Super Bowl champion correlated with your team's mindset during the season and now in the Super Bowl?
You said that one more time, so sorry.
So Coach Mike Vrabel's won 3 Super Bowls. How has his mindset as a Super Bowl champion played into your season? And then also, what's his coaching like for the Super Bowl upcoming?
I mean, that's what, you know what I'm saying? That was our goal from the beginning, man. And to get here shows a lot. I feel like, his experience, he knows what it takes, obviously, playing in the game and obviously winning the Super Bowls. He understands that culture and camaraderie and togetherness is important. And I feel like he embedded that in our program. And, he knows what it takes. So, we just follow his lead. Man, it's helped me out a lot. Been through some dark moments, especially being in the NFL, man. Going through just different circles, man. Going through different loopholes and all type of stuff. I leaned in on God, learned a lot, about God, and I never gave up, man. Especially the moments where it was down and I couldn't see, what was gonna happen or what was next, the unknown, and I just prayed, man, always in those moments, and I just trusted, and it all shook out, man. God worked his power. I mean, right now, where we at today, I didn't expect this, but it was also something that was always a goal of mine, especially being in the NFL. I didn't know when it was going to come. I didn't know that, this season was going to go how it was. To be a part of this amazing team with good players and coaches, especially in the off season, I had no expectation. I didn't know where I was going to sign to. Decided to come back. I prayed about it. I felt it in my gut. God gave me the decision to come back. And then the way this team, emphasizes Christ, and the way we do Bible study on a week-to-week basis and get closer and grow with Christ together, it's helped lead us to here and help me as a person. So I think it showed this season for sure.
What encouragement would you give to younger generations?
And the encouragement I'll give is keep God first and keep going. No matter what anybody says, no matter what the narratives is, if you can't do it or you're not going to be this or you won't, scratch all that, man. Keep your head straight, stay down, keep focused, man, and it'll all work out.
For Patriots Español, our Spanish fans want to know how would you think the next World Cup will go for Panama?
I think it'll go good, man. I think we're ready. I think we're going to go out there and do our thing, and hopefully we can win.
Can you show us your flag?
Wait, my flag? Hold on. Hey. Man, appreciate you guys, man, more than anything, especially the Spanish fans out there. Embracing the football culture in America and the Patriots, man, we do it for y'all. And we love y'all and appreciate y'all.
Do you feel like at this point they're not rookies anymore?
Yeah, I feel like they're not rookies, man. I'm just speaking to you, man. I feel like, obviously they're rookies, by year, but they came in and executed at a high level, real mature, what they do and how they handle business. And like I said, it shows on Sundays, man. It shows. And I appreciate, how they came in. A lot of rookies don't come in like that. So it's a good thing to see.
Jalen, hi, Contessa Brewer from CNBC. I've got investing questions. Are you paying attention to the price of Bitcoin?
Actually, my wife more than anything like this. She's big into crypto. I'm slightly into crypto, I'm in it, but she's got me in it more than anything. I know she is.
Wait, your wife is the money manager in the family.
I mean, for sure. We both manage. I would say, obviously I'm smart, she's smart. Both of our brain power works together, and we execute at that level.
What's your big investment right now? What are you watching?
Obviously a lot of AI stuff. OpenAI, some NVIDIA, a couple other companies. It starts with a P.
Palantir.
Yeah, a couple companies like that.
Okay, so on AI, do you think that opportunity exists for there to be a real change in the way football gets played?
See, that's interesting. Honestly, I don't know about that because football, you need a human aspect, and not everything is logistical and calculated. So, I feel like there will be some help within the game. There can obviously be help as far as breaking down statistics or giving different tendencies or stuff like that, calculating things. But I think the human aspect of football has to be in the play for it to
Are you using ChatGPT or Gemini, or what's your agent of choice?
Actually, my wife worked on Gemini, so I actually know a lot of that. But I use ChatGPT sometimes. I try not to use it. I think ChatGPT is very good. I use it actually, for logistical things, things. I don't use it just for anything. If I really want to research something or come up with a plan, or for it to plan a trip or something like that, it'll just break everything down.
Could it replace coaching?
Hey, let me ask you about that.
Hold on.
It's a group session.
I know, but she's a lady I'm talking to. I'll come back to you. But I'm saying, hold on. But I'm saying, say that one more time.
Do you think it could replace coaching?
No, I don't think so. Because, like I said, the human aspect of football is real. Experience is real. Authenticity is real. Like I said, from a standpoint of breaking down statistics, stuff like that, yeah, but I don't know about coaching.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Nice to see you.
She's a lady. How you doing, my brother?
How you doing, man?
Good. Hey, I want to get your impressions about Terrell Williams and just his, ordeal this year dealing with cancer and coming back. How does that impress you?
Man, that's very impressive, man. It's impressive how he fought, man. How he fought that fight, man. And no matter what, he just stuck with us, man. And he would still show up, going through what he was going through. That means a lot, especially to me. And to see that, you know what I'm saying, like you going through a life-threatening thing and you still showing up for your team and everything like that, that shows that you care about us more than anything, and that's real. So I respect him.
Jalen, what do you remember from your time at Cal about Craig Woodson?
Oh, man, it was cool. It was actually cool when he came in because, like, I was a senior, he was a freshman. And I just remember him being the same person he is now to this day. And it's cool, you know, we connected off the bat. We had a tight-knit DB room at Cal. So we all clicked, man, and it was cool. He was like a little bro when we was there, but, you know, now obviously we together, so it's cool.
You guys take in Cal, you know, kind of being DBU with all you guys in the NFL?
For sure take pride. We for sure take pride in that, man, especially, you know, on a year-to-year basis. It's been like, 6 years since the DB has gotten drafted? You know, we take pride in that for sure.
Have you visited Cal yet?
No, I'm actually about to go after these interviews. It's been a blessing, man. It's been cool. It's been surreal. It's all hitting me, you know, like all at once. It's crazy, and I'm just enjoying it.
Mike Vrabel's talked about how important the practice squad players are and their contributions. Is there a player that you'd like to shout out who hasn't gotten enough recognition?
I shout out all the practice squad players, man. I shout out Webb. I shout out Giles, man, DeVito, all those guys, man. They give us a good look, and they go hard every day, man. And they help us prepare and do what we do, man. Shout out Miles Battle. The names go on, man. Shout out all those guys, for real.
I learned this morning that Robert Kraft, your owner, didn't get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's been up a dozen or so years. I'm just wondering any reaction to that.
I think that's crazy, especially, you know, being like one of the winningest programs in sports history. I don't understand that.
Jalen, you went to the...
Go ahead, let me
Jalen, now for the AFC Championship game, I watched you guys celebrate a little bit differently. You know, you guys are the first team in NFL history to go 9-0 on the road. Talk to me about why this team is so special.
I feel like, man, you know, we have an identity we go by. We call ourselves the Road Warriors. And I feel like everybody take pride in that, man, and everybody hones into that. And like I said, whenever we travel, whenever we play, like we pack that with us, and we really believe. You know, the belief is real, and we do what we do on Sundays, and we get it done.
First championship game as a kid or in high school?
Man, my first championship was it was in Pop Warner. I didn't go to no championship game in high school. I only went to bowl games in college. So that's when I was a youngin'. That was like my first championship game. Played in the Orange Bowl. We lost, but it was a cool experience.
You got a chance to play on that level. You know, how does it feel playing for a team that has a rich history in winning Super Bowls?
Man, it's a blessing. It's super cool, man. You feel the history throughout the whole city. You feel the history when you walk into the facility, man, seeing all those Super Bowl trophies, the Lombardis, man, the plaques and all that stuff. It's special, man, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Question, what is their energy like walking into this environment in San Francisco? Is it serious? Is it business capital? Is it fun?
It's everything. Everything you just said. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's serious because we got a game on Sunday. It's business for sure. You know, we got to handle business, and then it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Things like this are fun. Talking to y'all is fun. Just the overall experience is fun. You know, being out in Cali is fun. You know, you can't beat that. Everything. So I think it's all in one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, you're talking about faith in football. One question to you, man. Tell me about your love for Jesus and why, what it means to you, man.
God, obviously, man, the relationship that I have with God is special. You know, and it's very good. Especially going on this season and with everything going, it's just been growing so much. You know, I've been growing so much in my faith year to year, being in the league and everything like that. And without him, I wouldn't be here. So I appreciate him.
Is there certain scripture or somebody in your life that's been helping you speak to that and why?
Man, I'm gonna give a shout out to a couple people. For one, Philippians 4:13. You know, I write that on my wrist before every game. But I would say there's a lot of people that help me get closer. Our team chaplain Mitch. Mitch has helped me enhance my relationship with God. My life coach and pastor Kevin Knox. He's one of our local team pastors up at Cal. He's helped me a lot with my faith, and then my wife and my family.
Yeah, incredible. But what are some practical things you do to apply the Lord in your life with your family?
Man, we pray. Go to Bible study, pray every day. Me and my wife have Bible study on our own. Our stuff, review scripture, stuff like that. Go over that. We do all that. We go to PAO. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. You know, we're going after this in 2 weeks, you know, stuff like that. Just to get closer and just, you know, just to spread, you know what I'm saying, as well. Spread the name, spread the Lord to others. I feel like that's important.
Amazing. Thank you, my friend. Congrats, brother.
Jalen, you're in the same high school as Steven Seagal. Which is kind of crazy. Have you ever met him? And what is your all-time favorite Steven Seagal movie?
You said high school?
Yeah, he's a lot older than you, but he's a legend.
So wait, hold on. What high school did he go to?
Forgot the name, but he went to your high school.
He went to Winter Point High School.
Yes, sir.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. What is your favorite?
Out for a Kill or Out for Justice. Out for Justice. You ever seen it?
No, I don't think I've seen it. I think I gotta do more research on some Steven Seagal movies, but yeah, I'm having a little brain fart right now. But I'm just still shocked at the fact that he went to a high school. Wow, that's a...
Irrational fear in life. What's something you're afraid of for like no reason? I'm getting some crazy ones.
All right, let me think about this. I'm gonna think quick. I would say sometimes I have a phobia of like a whole bunch of little spiders like crawling up on me or something like that. Something like populate, yeah, something like that for sure.
First of all, you were right about the California weather. This is nice.
Man, you can't beat it, man.
Mr. Team Weight, but what was your reaction to Robert Kraft? Not.
Oh, I just said I'm hella shocked. I said, especially for running the program that he has and being like one of the most winning programs in sports history. I'm very confused by that. I don't feel like that's valid. Thank you.
You talked about going to Cal afterwards. What's it like to practice at Stanford?
Man, I'm salty that we can't even practice at Cal. But but Stanford, I ain't gonna lie, Stanford got a beautiful campus, beautiful stadium. You know, I give it to them, even though that's our rivalry school. It's like I said, it's just cool to be out here in California, man, and practicing in this weather. We were just in some extreme cold weather, you know, back in New England. But it's cool to be in some good warm weather there with good breeze, you know, seeing the palm trees. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
How does your story, in a lot of ways, mirror the team's story as well? Just keep coming together and having success.
I feel like it mirrors by all of us buying in and just taking a leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? Faith within each other, faith within the program, faith within the message, and faith in our identity. You know, I feel like all of us took that leap and just belief. You know, the belief is real. You know, and I feel like that's what helped got us here today.
Your faith was validated.
I mean, obviously, when you're winning, stuff like that, you know, when God puts things together, you see how things are going for the team. And obviously, the guys that you have, the coaches that you have, how we're all just coming together and the morale and everything like that. And you're just seeing it unfold. It's like, dang, and then now we're here. So,
can we just talk about what has the coaching staff maybe said to you or said to the players to kind of keep their nerves at ease in a big game like this?
I feel like, I think the biggest thing is like us acknowledging that, the nerves and all that's going to be there. I feel like when you just don't acknowledge it, it's like, okay, you can't shy away for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big game. It's a Super Bowl. But also, giving us the logistics of how things are going to go, how things are going to happen. Always talking about history of the Super Bowl, what's happened in the past, learning from that, things to do and not to do. So, yeah. Appreciate it.
It's a $1.5 million watch. Other guys more savvy, they say they go to Ross or go to Costco, save money. So it could be either extreme. But if you wanted to flex, then I ask you, what's your biggest financial flex?
My biggest financial flex. I would say my biggest financial flex is...
Jalen
On my biggest financial places, I still go to the liquor store and get my chips from there.
You go where? To what store?
To the liquor store, man, to get some chips and everything like that. Like I still go to 7-Eleven. I still do all the basic things. I still go to Ross. I still go to Marshall's and get my
Yeah, you
socks
still
and
go all the
underwear.
normal?
I still do the normal route, man.
You don't have like a delivery person?
Nah, I don't have no delivery person. I still do the normal stuff. I still do the day one stuff that I usually do.
Respect. And then what's one NFL team you grew up a diehard fan of?
I was a Chargers fan. I'm not gonna lie.
Chargers?
Yeah.
All right. Where did Phillip Rivers go to college?
We go to NC
I think so. Yeah.
NC State?
I actually don't know. And then, hey, what's your favorite Bad Bunny song?
DTMF.
He wants you to get closer to the mic.
DTMF.
Wait. What's your second
DTMF.
favorite?
He got a song called Vete. That's pretty good. I know a little something. I think my dream was already when I seen Dr. Dre and everybody perform, and I seen Kendrick. You know, I'm a real West Coast, so seeing those guys perform is a dream. So that's pretty cool.
Year we realized things were different with this team, that you guys could be contenders.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like early on, seeing how we how we did our thing in OTAs, camp, you know, and obviously in the beginning of the season when we went through some adversity, man, seeing how we bounced back and stuck together, and we're willing to, you know what I'm saying, take the step forward. I've seen it in everybody, and it's cool to be here. You know what I'm saying, today.
Go ahead, let you go first. Your defense has been playing at its best, obviously, during the playoffs. Do you think, what do you attribute that to? Is there a certain thing that you think kind of led you guys to that?
Knowing the situations and, you know, stuff like that is getting more critical as the week goes on. So as the weeks go on, and that's cool. You know, we're just, like I said, buying in, working even harder, putting a little more in, you know what I'm saying, from a week-to-week basis.
Jalen, when Friedel gets in that fight and joint practices and gets bloodied up, was that a moment where you guys were like, hey, this guy's for real?
Yeah,
was
like
that a gel moment for you guys?
Yeah, for sure. What? It was like, man, my coach was willing to get in a fight for me. What? He willing to go out there, you know what I'm saying, sacrifice himself for us? Like, yeah, for sure I'm riding for him, you know? So it was a cool moment to see. I think it was pretty funny, but it was also cool. You know what I'm saying? He stepped in, you know. He's a physical guy. He's out there practicing with us, man, and talking his stuff, and, you know, he out there having fun. So it was a good thing to see, though, man, to see your head man stand up for y'all. Surprise.
You're here now, looking back on that moment now. Do you think that was a turning point? Because this team was terrible last year. You didn't expect it. Do you think that was a turning point?
I feel like, you know, I wouldn't say like, I mean, that could have been one of the turning points. I feel like there are many turning points, man, throughout the season that was going on, as far as like, but I feel like, for sure a bonding moment, like, yeah, like that brought morale for sure, you know, within us and about, you know, fire, you know, to see, like I said, to see your head man jump in the middle of a fight, break it up, come out bloody and just, like, you know, that, you know, obviously brought us together. A lot of people enjoyed that.
He's actually being honored by the Ed Block Courage Award Foundation as our honorary award winner this year. What has he meant to this team? Even though he hasn't been able to be in the building as much as he possibly could, what has he meant to this team and the impact he's made over the season?
He's been more than anything, you know what I'm saying? Big T's been like real monumental to the program since he got here. And like you said, man, he hasn't been in the building a lot, but he has been in the building, still showing up, going through what he's going to do, man. It shows us a lot. And it shows us not only the courage, but the strength and just the commitment he has to us, man, and the love that he has for us. It's so real, you know. And like I said, anybody going through that fight, still showing up on a week-to-week basis, still, you know what I'm saying, giving his inputs and showing love to the team, is a great man. Like, one of the best, you know what I'm saying, that I know. And I've never seen nobody do that for any team, anybody, you know, the commitment, it's amazing. So I appreciate Big T more than anything.
What would you like to win in California? Having gone to school here, growing up here, to win a bowl in this state, what would that mean for you?
Everything. That'd be very special. Like, super special, man. You know, that'd be surreal, man. Sure.
What do you think of Sam Darnold and just the journey that he's been on in this league?
Man, I know Sam since I was in high school. We kind of grew up in the same area, not too far apart from each other. So seeing him, playing against him in collegiate years, high school, now in the bowl, it's cool, man. It's cool to see. It's cool to see him doing his thing, and it's cool to see him where he's at.
And then last one for me. Today is a normal day off for you guys, obviously, aside from this. Are you any plans for the day with the team? You guys doing anything, or just keeping things as regular as you can?
I'm chilling. Me and Craig are actually going to go visit Cal. So that'll be pretty cool, say what's up to the guys and stuff like that. So.
How special will that be? Because I know we've talked about the journey you guys have been on now that you're here together full circle.
I feel like that would be very special, to be honest.
You talk about your friendship with Jalen Brown?
Oh, yeah, man. Me and Jay be cool, man. Came in the Cal together, class of 15. It was cool, man. Just talked to him a couple weeks ago when I went to the game, down to the Celtics game. So it's a cool friendship.
Jalen, which one of your teammates?
I'll go this way.
Okay. How's it feel to represent Panama in the world's biggest stage and playing with another Latinos that will be in the Super Bowl 16?
Like I said, it's very special. Not too many of us can be, are in this stage, in this big of a stage, or in this game. So it means a lot. To do this and have the platform to do this is a blessing.
Which one of your teammates inspires you the most?
Ooh. Y'all been throwing some good questions, some crazy questions. Some questions I got to think about. I'll say all my teammates, man. Everybody has their own individual story that's gotten shared, to the team. So I know a lot about our guys, and everybody's had a unique journey to get to where they at. And everybody had to fight for claw or scratch or to get to where they at now to this day. And I feel like I take pieces from everybody. Everybody inspired me.
First that comes to mind. It doesn't have to be the most inspirational, but just the first that comes to mind. Someone who pushes you to do better.
I mean, myself. I feel like I'm the hardest on myself. But I feel like we all push each other, man. Obviously from coach's standpoint, I say Big T, Terrell. Going through what he's gone through, fighting. Now he's cancer free, and being where he's at today is a blessing. So I say I'll give it to T. Thank you.
How do you manage this week overall? Being kind of familiar territory with being back here now.
I think the biggest thing is for me, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta lay low. I feel like laying low is the biggest thing. Having fun, doing some things. Obviously, seeing, enjoying my free time, but then also, it's a work week. And being on regimen and being disciplined in that, and then obviously being in a home state, I just got to be focused.
Back to Cal to visit campus today, is that something that's on your itinerary?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That was my itinerary. It's a blessing to be able to do that, and especially, on Super Bowl week, it's all like a surreal moment. It's like a full circle moment, so it's like, you got to do stuff like that.
Experience the success you did this year, a lot of guys that come from different paths and personalities on this team. When you reach the Super Bowl, is that life altering at all?
Hold on, explain your question a little bit.
Everyone has these different paths of getting here, right? And the personalities on this team kind of contribute to your success. I'm just wondering, reaching this type of pinnacle of getting to the Super Bowl, does that kind of alter the lifestyle at any point, or just maybe your trajectory?
I mean, obviously going to the Super Bowl is a big game. There's a lot that comes with it. If you win, obviously there's even more that comes with it. Of course, there's going to be some life-changing things, for some people on the team, for a lot of people on the team, actually for everybody on the team. But I feel like, everybody's true to who they are. And, everybody, like I said, has different come-ups and different walks of life. So I don't think they'll ever forget where they came from. But like I said, they're also blessed to be here. Everybody knows that we're blessed to be here.
Hey, Jalen, what was the hardest adversity you had to overcome this season?
I'll say when I got hurt, I pulled my hamstring. I was out for like 2 weeks. It's hard not being out there with the guys and playing and just a recovery standpoint. Injuries are never fun. So, yeah.
What inspires you? Who inspires you to be the player you are today?
I would say God and myself, wanting to fulfill my full potential, for him, especially with the talent and everything that he's given me and opportunities that he had, that he's given me. I just don't want to take that for granted. I want to fulfill, as much as I can within this game, from a platform standpoint, relationship standpoint, and also on the field. So, yeah.
Thank you, Jay. Well, good luck on Sunday.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
With the high school, football player Jalen, give to this going to the Super Bowl.
My advice, if I was in high school, I told myself I'm going to the Super Bowl. Like now, I think the biggest thing I tell myself is just enjoy everything. Like, don't take anything for granted. Like these interviews, little things from waking up in a hotel to eating breakfast. Like, take advantage of everything, document everything, but also, man, like, enjoy everything and embrace it all. So,
I'm going to ask my two questions again because it wasn't recording. No, you're fine. All right, 3, 2, 1. Now I watch you guys celebrate a little bit differently earlier. Let's start over. 3, 2, 1. I watch you guys celebrate a little bit differently during the AFC Championship game. Now you guys are the first in NFL history to go 9-0 on the road. How special and what does this team mean to you?
Man, it's very special. This team means a lot to me. To be able to do something like that is special. Obviously, this is my first time ever going undefeated on the road. It's crazy and it means a lot, man. We look forward to going out this Sunday and coming out victorious. It's another on the road game, so we're happy to be here. Love these guys.
Talk to me about the feeling of playing for a team that has a rich history of winning Super Bowl championships.
Man, that's amazing, man. I mean, you feel it throughout the city. The city of Boston. I mean, they call it Title Town. They don't call it Title Town for no reason. They embrace that. They embrace the culture. They embrace the winning culture. So to be a part of this is special.
And you're playing in a town where you guys win championships. The Celtics just won a championship. You and Jalen Brown are cool. How does it feel? Is he coming to the game to see you play?
I'm not sure. I know they're playing right now. I know they're in season. I'm not sure if he's coming or not, but I know the support is going to be there. The love is always there. So that's all that matters.
All right, thank you for your time.
Appreciate you. Thank you. All right.